Okay, so I got all the indexes created in those four tables. The next thing I'm going to do is establish the relationships between them, which are these join lines here. Now to do this, a little trick is to always start on the foreign key side, which is one of the reasons why I do this _ID, so I can see right where they're at, jump right in there. Now this one here is following the same naming convention, but it's not a true foreign key. I guess I could establish an official relationship between that field and this table, but I think that's unnecessary. This is really just to list which of these contacts is the primary contact. So that's not a true foreign key, even though I follow the same naming convention as the foreign key. All right, so like I said, you get started on the foreign key side, and so we're going to start on customer contacts. Pull this table up, click on this relationship here, and I'm going to add this. And in this second field here, we click on the build button. And notice how, see, you can select a different primary key, but you can't change the foreign key. That's why you want to always start on the foreign key side. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the customers table. So every one customer has many contacts. And we're going to pick the ID here. And over on this side, we're going to choose customer ID. So that, that jibes, right? Customers.id has to match customer contacts.customer ID. All right. So it's going to give it this name. Now, like in the indexes, I change the name usually, but here in the relationship area, I let the default name stand because that's actually a pretty good name. You have the foreign key, then the foreign key table, followed by the primary key table. And I have seen some people like to do it like this, PK underscore here. That way you know, foreign key, primary key. But that's kind of assumed. If this is the foreign key table, this has to be the primary key table by default. So I think this is a good name right here. We're just going to leave it that way. And there's no other foreign key fields in this table. So that one relationship, I think, is all we need to establish. So let me go ahead and save that. Now when I hit save here, it's going to tell me I got two tables to save. See, and it wants to make sure, I know I'm saving both tables that were involved in that relationship. So I say yes, and I guess it's saved. If I go back to that primary key table and click on its relationships button, see now it's part of that. That's now in there. I added that through this table, but it shows up on both tables that are involved. And now while I'm in here, I might as well go ahead and add the other one. Now, like I said, even though this isn't a true relationship between this field, it still has to be added as one so that the, you know what, I take that back. I'm not going to add that as a relationship. If I feel like I need to later in the process, I would. But since this is just a demo, that's, I think, unnecessary. But let me go ahead and finish this up. This has two foreign key fields. And the table, by the way, see, I could have built this before I built this table. I wouldn't have anything to join it to. So that's why you kind of have to build all the tables that are going to be in a relationship before you set one up. Oh, am I on the, yeah, I'm on the foreign key. I'm going to do these two right here. All right, so let me get in there and get that the first one's going to be the customers table. Just like we had before, the ID is going to match customer ID. Let me double check that. Yeah. Going to add another one. This time, the address types table, and its ID is going to match the address type ID way up here. I always try to double check because I don't like coming back later. All right, and so that's good enough for now. And I think that's all of the foreign key relationships we need to do. All right, so I'll go ahead and end this video right there. And the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create migrations, because I've created all these tables, indexes, and relationships here in the dev database. What I want to do is I want to code them out or script them out so that they become migrations, and I can apply that to the staging. And as I said before, if that goes successfully, I'll also apply it to the production database. Okay, that's kind of a normal flow. All right, so I'm going to end the video now. Thanks for your time.